Right, as the video title suggests, I have been given this 6-in-1 parameters checker. Now, I think it's been designed for aquariums, and they're like now taking it into the pond side of things. So it's in a nice sturdy box. It's a bit like the boxes that you get like an iPhone, of thick plastic, thick cardboard. So it's quite decent. So first impressions look good. So you've got your little monitor probe there. So this is your probe with all your gubbins in, with all your pH probes and stuff. You can see down there. Got your probe in. So I've got the in the box. It comes with an adapter to be able to give it you more length to put it somewhere, because obviously this little bit here looks like it goes for an aquarium. So there's an adapter now to be able to get it for like us guys putting it in ponds and stuff, maybe in filters or bays or whatever. Gives you that extra reach to put it where you want. So my plan with this one is I'm going to put it on the inside of the Easy Pod for now and check how it goes. So in the instruction it does sound like this is battery powered, but I don't think it is, because I've had it on now for a while and the screen's not come on when you turn it on. So you've got to obviously have it mains wired, but so it literally is just adapters that just screw in. It is quite simple. So yeah, that I'm just going to drop that in now into the Easy Pod. It's got your little suction cups on the back. There is inside the little box that it comes with, there's magnets as well, but I'm just going to go with the suction cup for now. So place that obviously fully submerged in the water. Then I'm just going to power it on. I'll give you a quick show of this in here now. Yep, so as we can see in there, suctioned on the side, it literally just sits under the water and then the cable comes out. I don't think this is waterproofed, so you need to make sure that is like that. And also, this isn't, the actual probe thing isn't waterproof. So, quite simple really. You've got the 4 circles there, they're parameters, and then also in the middle and the sides there, you've got your temperature and your pH. You've got on here like a salt meter reading, which is that one there. So it's saying at the moment it's 0.26, which I will get my salt meter out in a minute and check. And then the others is electrical, I think, which, you know, conductivity, we don't really mess around with that. So it's quite simple to use. If you press in the middle there, it comes up with your settings in the middle, and you can literally just go up and down on what you want to test. So yeah, so what's good with this I've found is it's really easy to use. So you've literally got your OK button in the middle that takes you up and down, and then you can see like the tick in the back. That's literally as simple as it is. So it takes you into your setting. So this is how you calibrate it, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So what I found useful is if you go down to temp, so click into there. If you've got an external like thermometer, so at the moment it's saying it's 21.9. If you know you've got, say you've got 2 backup sensors that tell you what the temperature is, and it's saying it's say 20, you can literally go into it and drop it down to what you know it is, so you can take it up and down. Same with every setting really. So if you go to all these, look, see where it says adjust, you can adjust your salt, your TDS, your EC. So like, it's quite simple to use. I'm not gonna mess around with this for now, because what I want to do is I want to go back onto the main screen, and these are my parameters. So what I can check is, I can obviously check my pH, I can check my salt readings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Hanometer testers to check against these to see if these match. But that is literally as simple as it is. To be fair, I think these are up for £110. So considering the Blue Lab Guardian is, I think they're 250 quid. First impressions, I would definitely go for it. That's just popped off there, so I'll make sure that stays like that. So while I was just messing around with that, then the suction cups like popped off the side of the Easy Pod. So it comes with these little magnets. And what you're meant to do is they like stick on the actual thing inside the black like casing, and then that's meant to go on the outside, and they obviously magnet. But the Easy Pod's a bit too thick, so the magnet doesn't work for those. So you could probably get yourself a stronger magnet, or what I tried to do also, because it's come with two, I tried to double them up, the metal pieces, see if that made any difference, but it didn't. So I'll put the suction cups back on now. Now obviously what I'm going to do is, got me pH tester, I'm going to check the pH against what it's got here. At the moment it's saying I've got a pH of 8.7. 8.1, sorry, 8.17, so that goes down to quite a good statistics. I'm not going to bore you with setting this up, because what I always do is, one, I keep the battery out, and two, I always put it in the cleaning solution first, then test it. So I'll get back to you quick. So these are considered one of the best things to use, like instrument, like for testing stuff. So this is already calibrated. So what do we say? We've got 8.16. So let's see. I'll give it a few seconds. It's going. It is around the 8 point something mark. I have turned everything off just for the sound quality, because I don't want the pump or anything. So we are slowly going down. I'm on 8.17 at the moment, and that was saying 8.16. So it's still going lower. So I've got now, it's stopping. Still going down. So it's 8.02. So we are out a little bit. So what I can do is, if I trust this more, which I probably do at the moment because I haven't used this for long, I'll clean that in a minute. I can go on this controller now, and I can drop, you know, I told you can adjust the measurements. I can now adjust that down to suit that, so now I know it's bang on. Or I could calibrate it again. I'm not gonna, because it does say in the instructions that it comes calibrated, ready to go. So I'm going to leave that as it is for now, and now I'm going to jump on the salt, which we have got 0.27. So 0.27 salinity. I'll just quickly wait on this. I've got 0.25. So we're 0.02 out, is it? Yeah, which isn't bad considering. So, yeah. So that one's not bad really. pH is out a little bit, but like I say, you can adjust it whether you want to or not. But I think what the main factor of this product is, it's £110. And I believe if you, I'll drop the website in now. If you go to their website and put your email address in, they give you 10% off. So for 100 quid for a 6 parameter checker. Obviously for a pond keeper, I wouldn't know why you'd use the electro one, but for pH in your temperature, really, it's good for your temperature. Salt readings, that's come out brilliant. So what would I say? Pros and cons. Pros are, it works. It's close to a Hanometer checker. It costs not more than half the price of a Blue Lab Guardian, and a Blue Lab Guardian does TDS temperature. So all in all, I would say, would I buy it? Yes, I probably would. Yeah. Yeah. Nice and small as well, so you can get it and hide it out of the way. The only problem I would say with it is this unit here is not waterproof. So obviously we're around water, it's going to be in a filter house, so it's going to be somewhere, it's going to get splashed. This just says make sure it doesn't get wet. So, you know, I've already got a little bit splashed on it already. So yeah, that there like I say, not waterproof. Other bad point probably is that's what it comes with to charge it. So you've just got a USB. So if you've got a USB socket in the filter house, or maybe that'll be all right. But I'm running it off that. So again, that's probably another day if they could try and put it on a UK plug, but obviously they're trying to get it worldwide to everyone so it suits. So yeah. Also, what I have noticed is how you calibrate the Blue Lab Guardian. You've got your little like pH like probe. So I can get, where is it? It's not that. I can get this little jar and I fill it up, probably not even 40 ml, probably less, yeah, just so it can like completely fills the probe, and that's how I calibrate the Blue Lab. Whereas this one, your actual like, so this, the whole thing needs to be dropped in the calibration fluid. So like it does say it's got to be done every 6 months. So, you know, where the Blue Lab Guardian, I think it's 30 days, it starts flashing, you've got to redo it. This is saying 6 months, but that's what you've got to put in. So you've got to think, you've got to get something like this to fill it. Like, you know what I mean? I could fit that in there, but then to fill that, I'm going to be using like 2 or 3 like tubs of it. So I don't think, I have tried to give it a little pull, but I don't want to go it too much. You can't take these to pieces. Well, I think if they had some sort of like system where you can crack it open and then you can take the pH probe out, if you're doing pH, put that in the solution. You know what I mean? So you can just get, because the probe at the bottom is what checks for pH. It's not the whole probe, it's just the bottom of it. That's why you've got to keep them wet. So I'll keep that in there. So yeah, that's another downside of it. You've got to put that whole thing in a bit of solution. I don't know how you'll go around doing that. Where if they had a case, like I say, where you can just open the case up, take the probe out, do the probe, click it back in, put it back in. But yeah, considering it's saying 6 months, you know, I'll see how it goes. What I'll do now is I'll upload this video, and then in a few months' time, I'll do like a review of it again. Where does it stick to the, so if the pH is going to stay the same, because with the Blue Lab it is quite consistent, and then it starts flashing, and then what I've noticed where I keep it, after it starts flashing, the pH just goes crazy, it's just up and down like yo-yo, but then as soon as you calibrate it again, it goes back. Whereas if this is 6 months, that's quite a long time to leave it running. So if I'll give this a month going on 2 months, I'll come back, and what I'll do is I'll do the tests again. I'll put a little bit of salt back in, because by then it'll be flushed out my system, because I don't really want it in there. So what I will do, just for the purposes of this, I might get a jug, or I might just put a kilo in, and then I'll test them again, test the pH again. Yeah, temperature, I think, did I talk about the temperature? Temperature on here is 21.8, and on my heater it is 22.2. But again, that could be my heater out. So I don't, that's a second-hand heater, so I don't really trust that one. So I can review that one, 21.9. So we are literally, yeah, not far out really. A degree out maybe. So yeah, mine is going to stay in there. So for now, I'm just going to leave that dangling down there. Again, it's not waterproof, but unless I could, I suppose, yeah, I could stick it. Right, I'll be back to you 2 seconds. So what I've done now is, because I had it in the middle, but what I've done is I've moved it over close as I can to the wall, and then I've stuck it on the wall. Yeah, so I think, you know how I said to you I put the magnets and I tried to just stick it on here? I think they might be for there, so I can now pull that off and on. So I've stuck the magnets onto there, and that literally is just as simple as sticking it on. So now when I come in, I can check, just have a quick check what my parameters are. That seems a lot better way. Also then what happens is this creates this, so there's less chance of dripping, like water dripping and coming down onto this system. And literally that is it set up. Oh. There we go. So like I say, easy to read, not hard to use. So yeah, simple as possible. That's what I like. Something that's easy to use. I haven't obviously calibrated it yet. I'm a bit dubious about how I'm going to put that big massive thing into a little jar to try and save on pH. Because considering they've given me So this is what it comes with in the pack. I've got these little satchels. I'm guessing these are, yeah, so you dissolve it in 250 ml of water. Deionise for that one, so that's not pH, because that, yeah, deionise, that's what I'm saying. So like a hassle now, you got, well, I say hassle, distilled water and all that kind of stuff in it. But I just like buying the like I buy mine from Pinch Filtration, just the actual solution mixed up, ready to go. But if you was going to do it with this, well, I guess you'd be using a lot of solution. But that is my little video on the probe. Yeah, for 110 quid, if you get there now, £100, because I think it's 10% off, like I said. It's not a bad little unit. They do say as well, as you can, like, because I've got the screen live now, they say you can like turn it off so it goes black, not switch it off on the wall, but like to save, because it must be battery powered. This one, I'll see what happens. Like I say, I'll give it a bit of use now, but every time I switch it off and then switch it off by the plug, it's dead. I can't turn it back on, so I'm just going to leave it running. Like I say, I'll give it a month or so, then I'll come back to you and give you a proper rundown of how it's gone. But for £110, not bad.